Hey gang, and welcome to a brand new series where we are going to be playing through Keyforge Adventures. Now, a little bit more on what we're doing today and in the next couple episodes later, but if you haven't seen anything about Keyforge Adventures, this is a new thing upcoming here in, I think, late April, May. We're going to be getting 2 official Keyforge Adventures, which are effectively cooperative. So I think you can play them solo or also cooperative games where you bring a deck or where you have multiple people bring decks and you're effectively playing against the game. So instead of trying to forge keys against your opponent, there might be some different win conditions, but it's effectively against kind of an automata or some type of scenario, which is super exciting. I'm like very, very excited about this. And like just wishing that FFG would release even the first one already. But since that hasn't happened, been kind of just waiting and intro Ostrom Taleka, aka Derek Brown, who has so kindly and so passionately put together a really cool scenario. So I'm recording this technically after recording some games with this scenario, and I got to say it's a lot of fun. There's going to be just a couple episodes here, probably going to drop all at the same time, but I do want to get this out there. If you're interested in playing these, stick around, or playing the scenario, stick around to the end of the video, or there'll be timestamps below. I will put a little tutorial in terms of how you can, with Tabletop Simulator, you can play this same scenario with friends. There will be a bunch of links in the video description. Firstly, to be able to download and print these scenarios, print the decks, print the cards, basically, as well as there will be a link for a Tabletop Simulator mod that I put together. Again, thank you to Derek for allowing me to do that and allowing me to get that out to y'all, so you can potentially play it online with friends. And you know, even beyond just letting us do that, having the initiative and the creativity to come up with something like this, because it's super cool. It's super cool. So without further ado, let's hop into the first game. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a fun little experiment here. I have with me the one, the only, the freshly renamed on Steam, YOYOMilkworm. How's it going, dude?
It is going well. Thank you for having me. This is very exciting.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. Yo-Yo and I have been doing some weekly shindigs where we play some Keyforge, and usually it's just time to chill and play some Keyforge, and I don't ever intend to record, but tonight we have a fun opportunity. I figured I really wanted to try this out. I was like, if I'm gonna try it out, I would suspect that no one else has, because this is pretty freshly out. No one else has actually done it yet. So, or at least no one has done it and hit the record button. So what we are doing tonight, of course, which I probably talked about in the intro, but I'm going to recap here. We are playing a community built Keyforge adventure, if you will. I don't know if it can be officially called a Keyforge adventure or not. But this has been created by Derek Brown, aka Ostrom Taleka. And I'll have some information in the video description below if you're interested in contacting him. He'd love to hear any feedback you have. And additionally, I've sort of cobbled together this on a Tabletop Simulator, but I will, by the time I have this out to YouTube, I'll have a link to the video description in the video description for. It's probably not going to be a standalone mod. You'll probably just have to use the Locksmelt mod, but I will have a link to the workshop item that will include the 2 decks for Archenvy. A quick rundown of what we got going on here. For those who are not aware, FFG recently announced the upcoming release of some Keyforge Adventures, which are cooperative slash multiplayer, I guess, variants on Keyforge, which is super exciting, especially given FFG's track record with cooperative games like Arkham Horror and Marvel Champions and probably some other ones. So pretty excited for that. But there has obviously already been done. Some work has been done in the community towards kind of brainstorming some ideas. And yeah, so huge shout out to Derek for coming up with this, taking the initiative to come up with this, and also putting himself out there by sharing this and letting us try it out. So really quick, we have 2 decks here in the background. We've got Archenvy's Anti-Archon deck, and then Archenvy's turn deck. So we effectively cannot interact in any way with the turn deck. This sort of kind of is the what's the term? It's like automata, I guess, if you will. It's basically like if you've played single player games that have that type of thing, there will be a deck that kind of dictates what the quote unquote computer player does. So that's what this turn deck kind of does. And then this anti-Archon deck is effectively what we're fighting against. The meat and potatoes, the cards that are getting played are going to be coming from here. So the basic premise is we are going to alternate turns between YOYO, myself, and Archenvy. Archenvy will be taking a turn in between us as well. So it'll be I guess an even number of turns between us and Archenvy. And each turn we're going to flip over a card from the turn deck, and that's going to give us a number. It's going to give us a number, a giant number, and potentially some type of kind of ability. So I haven't actually looked at these cards, so this is the first I've seen this one. And the way this works is the number dictates how many cards we're going to flip off of the top of the anti-Archon deck. And then we'll resolve those. So first thing we'll do is we'll flip 2 cards off the top of the deck. In the case of this enviable press, then we'll resolve those 2 cards. And then once we've completed resolving and discarding those, I believe we will resolve if there is an action ability on this card, on the actual turn card, we will also resolve that. So that's pretty crazy. Forges a key for 6/1 for each creature Archenvy controls in excess of players. So that's pretty crazy. I'm looking forward to seeing what else is in there. Like I said, I generated these decks, but I made a point to not look at any of the cards because I wanted to be sort of surprised. Anyways, so that's what Archenvy is going to do. I guess Archenvy also has the opportunity to forge a key, just like us as well. Archenvy reveals the top card of the turn deck. We do the anti-Archon deck. And then additionally, after we have played cards and activated any action on the turn card, Archenvy attacks with each ready attack creature from left to right. That'll make more sense when we get some of those cards on the board. And then Archenvy will reap with each ready creature from left to right. So that can include attack creatures as well if we don't have any valid targets. Lastly, Archenvy readies all of its creatures, and in co-op games, the active players pass to the player to the left of the active player's left. That's basically just whoever was. One player isn't going to take 2 turns in a row.
Sure, that's actually, I believe that's a slight change from the official Keyforge Adventures, which I thought I saw were limited to 2 players. It sounds like you could play this with as many Keyforge players as you wanted to go up against this.
Yeah, and maybe we need more. We'll find out. So there are some special rules. These actually seem pretty thorough in just the brief look through we had beforehand. Any card that refers to Archenvy's hands refer to the top card of the anti-Archon deck, and anything that refers to Archenvy's deck again refers to the anti-Archon deck. Again, in no way can you interact with the turn deck. We each start the game with 6 cards, and there is no first player single card restriction. Archenvy will take a turn after each player's turn, which we talked about. There's a little bit about tactic cards, so there are certain cards that are tactics. And the last played tactic card replaces the targeting of all other tactic cards that have been played that turn. That, again, should make more sense as we get into it. And we do, I mean, the objective here is we're going to try and play through the scenario. We'll see how far we can get. Any anti-Archon card that cannot be played is discarded. Archenvy doesn't have an archive. Stuff that is destined for Archenvy's archive just gets simply discarded. We can't unforge Archenvy's keys. And we can also not have more than 10 Ember in our pool. And very importantly, special rule 10 here, during co-op play, both players share a single battle line, a single Ember pool, 3 keys, and control of each other's artifacts. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to work out. We were talking a little bit, not entirely sure how the artifacts work. We share control. I assume that means that we'll be able to like use an artifact and then unexhaust it. But I think that one might be a little bit unclear, at least in my reading. But hey, this is pretty polished, I'd say, considering this has just been kind of released to the public. After we forge our first key and after we forge our second key, there are some artifacts that actually come into play, which have been stuffed over to the side. Archenvy's Soul Fiddle and Archenvy's Saxophone. So A+ for the naming there. Also, there's this one small detail, I guess. The turn deck has a total of 15 cards in it, and if a turn card would be revealed, but there are none left, effectively Archenvy just forges a key for free. We can't stop it. We can't like increase the key cost or anything like that. And then the turn deck flips over. So it seems like even if we're having significant luck with our Ember control, if we're not if we're not able to forge keys and close out the game, time will favor Archenvy or Archenvy rather. And yeah, that's it. Archenvy wins after forging its third key. We win after forging our third key. Also, like I said, I will have this information in the video description below, but Ostrom Taleka has an email address here and has encouraged folks to reach out if they have any questions or any feedback or anything like that. So, Yo-Yo, walk me through what you brought here.
Sure. Before I do that, I also want to echo the huge thanks to Derek, who I now feel like I know on a first name basis, I guess, probably because I might have difficulty mispronouncing his Discord name. But the day that they announced the Keyforge Adventures, that was the first thing that went to my mind was, sure, you're going to make some, but oh my gosh, what is the community going to do?
Yeah.
And I've got one that instantly started rattling around my head. Unfortunately, that's where it is. It hasn't even gotten typed out. But Derek has gone so much further than that. We have a playable thing. This is awesome. The deck I brought, I saw that we were playing something that is clearly evil and dislike. So I thought, well, for theme purposes, I will bring a deck that does not have dis, and then I just started going down the list from the Master Vault, trying to find something that that didn't jump out at me. So honestly, I don't even know if I've ever played a game with this deck, but it's Thespian Babic, and it's Saurian Star Alliance Untamed deck. Glancing at it, has some interesting cards that might play even more interesting for a Keyforge adventure, such as Mimicry or Exile.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just see what happens. This is a Worlds Collide deck with some Worlds Collide stuff.
I see you also have the stealth mode there. That could be quite nice. I have brought K. Yassafras, Trinifleur's Plated Cynic. This is an AoA deck. I actually opened this pretty recently. And I didn't really pick it for much other than the fact that it has a Might Makes Right. And thinking that might be kind of handy for us. It does also have a Doorstep to Heaven, so like some potentially cool stuff that we can do with that, and a Neutron Shark gives us some flexibility. It also is pretty big, pretty heavy on the board, which I don't, well, again, I haven't looked through the cards, so I have no idea if having a bunch of big creatures is going to be good or if they're just going to be wiped off the face of the earth real quick. So,
Yeah, another thing we don't know if it's going to be good or bad or somewhere in between is we don't share a house
mhm.
between these two decks. So if we did, we could potentially be activating each other's creatures
Hmm.
um, or artifacts. But
Yeah,
I,
there was
if,
some brief discussion about like we could cheese it and just pick like two decks that only have that have the same houses, but where's the fun in that? Actually, there's probably a lot of fun in that, to be perfectly frank. Um,
yeah, or maybe it makes it so much worse, which would also be fun. So
yeah,
we didn't pre-plan the houses at all. I grabbed a deck, you grabbed a deck, and let's have an adventure.
yeah. I think our deck selection took like 12 seconds, and it probably took longer to load my selection than it did for us to actually pick our decks. Um, all right. Anyways, so we have to randomly select the starting player. So as determined by die roll, I'm not going to forget that we need to reveal a card from the top of here until we get a creature. Okay, so these go back, get shuffled. I do believe play that creature, so it is played. That makes sense. So Archenvy's coming in hot with 1 ember before the game has even started. And our keys cost +1. And then go ahead and roll this die. Ooh.
Is the creature that Archenvy has supposed to be readied?
Ooh, that is a good question. It says play that creature. It is part of the setup. So
I rolled a 3.
let's go ahead and say that it comes in exhausted.
I think
But
that's a good. We split it. We split it, right? We give the
mhm,
amber,
mhm.
but it's exhausted.
Yeah, because like
Okay.
if at least how the rules are written, it's not actually taking a turn. It's just part of the actual setup. So I don't know. All right, get rid of that.
So you go first. I
I
rolled
go
woefully
first.
low, but I rolled correctly.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, well, I will go first. I will be playing Pile of Skulls. I will also play Blood Money to put 2 embers over there. I will also play a Bingle Bang Bang, Glorious Bingle Bang Bang, and upon said Bingle Bang Bang, I'll be placing a Phoenix Heart. It's a pretty big,
That's a good open.
yeah, pretty good open for the home team here. And that's it. I will grab 4 cards, and then we'll hop on over to Archenvy here. Just gonna flip a card over. Enviable Press. So firstly, we get 2 cards. Do this like that. All right, so we have the Horde Imp. Comes into play on the right. And gives an ember. And says, reap, capture 1. If players have more ember than Archenvy, steal 1. Player keys cost +1. That seems to be a theme, it seems. Lots of taxing. And then we have Anti-Archon Revolt. From left to right in the player's battle line, each creature captures 1 from their controller. Nice. Classic. It's like an absolutely souped up Mars Needs Ember.
Quite fortunate we had none.
Yeah, very good. All right, so nothing is ready that can attack. Oh, I guess we have to do that. You're right. Archenvy forges a key for 6 -1 for each creature Archenvy controls in excess of players. So that would be a
And you
total
would
of
do that
5.
normally before we flip any of the cards. I mean, obviously the Archenvy does not have enough amber for that, but
Well,
we
so
would do that before we flipped anything, right?
so I think so. Looking at Archenvy's turn order, we reveal the top card. Archenvy then deals and plays cards from the anti-Archon deck equal to the number shown on the current turn card. And then the next step says Archenvy resolves the rest of its turn card and discards that turn card. So I think what we actually do, yeah. So I think this technically gets resolved after the cards get played, which is actually pretty crazy because, like, you know, it could play 2 creatures or something, and then just have that much less that it has to spend on a key, especially when, I mean, at least these 2 creatures that are out right now have Ember Pips on them. So looks like
I think we got away with one.
Yeah, we got away with one. We got nothing to attack, nothing to reap. And once again, I'm regretting the obscenely large cards that I've put over there, but it's all good. Your turn.
All right, we are on an adventure, so I do not know what our battle line positioning may mean for us in the future, but let's do it this way. I'm gonna start things off with the classic Kirby.
Ooh, nice.
I am going to, well, I also have a Spears, Helmsman Spears. And then I have this Ingram's Blaster. And
boy, sure can't wait for this Phoenix Heart to destroy everything. What was I thinking?
Yeah, I'm not. Phoenix Heart's gonna get us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll just put this on. I'll put it on Kirby. Order those for me. That'd be awesome. So we do get 1 amber for the blaster play. I can play 1 non-Star Alliance action or artifact. They will play. I'll just play Cauldron Boil, which isn't going to do anything.
Hey, gets us an ember. That's
but
something.
It does get us an ember.
That's something.
Plus gets it out of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Nice.
Oops, not flip.
All right, so on over to Archenvy. Here we go, Dystopian Rush. So we get 3 cards this time. 1, 2, 3. First one is Shade. All right, so we ward Shade upon play. Uh-oh. What did I do? There it is. My blood money. Go ahead and preemptively put those over there.
Well, I don't think we can. As far as I know, we can't play cards on the left of the battle line. So maybe we should shift everything.
Oh yeah, you're just entirely right. Let's just move it down there. That's fine. Should be able to still.
It could very well be something that changes that, but we have room for at least 1 more card there on the left if we need to.
Mm-hmm. And we can move it. We can always move them back. All right. Destroy all player creatures. Well,
I'm sorry. Could you read that one more time?
Yeah, well, let me just double check the reading of this one. Destroy all player creatures. All right then. Well, the good news is we have a Phoenix Heart, so this creature gains destroyed. Return this creature to its owner's hand, and deal 3 damage to each creature in play. So that will only pop this ward. Nice. Archenvy, I just can't not do that. And then the last one is destroy the player's most powerful creature. Down to size is that one. Well, as it just so turns out, we don't have any creatures. Now I do want to check one thing with the reaping. So Archenvy reaps with each ready creature from left to right, one at a time. So could be important. The Horde Master will reap. And then the Horde Imp will reap. So reaps. Let's see, captures 1. And then if we have more, steals 1. So, and I do think that is that. Go and flip those on up. And I guess it's
doing well so far.
Yeah, doing well so far.
Looks easy.
Yeah, very easy. I'm gonna call Brabna. Let's throw down a Foozle. And then a Bingo Bang Bang. And then I'm gonna draw 1 card. Draw 1 card, and we'll pass it back. All right, disadvance, so 2 cards. Superior, Assault 2. 5 power, 2 armor. Boy, sure need to draw into those standardized testing. Fully heal each friendly creature. Disenervate. That's pretty cool. So we do have fighting that can happen. So let's take a quick peek at that again. Attacks with each ready attack creature from left to right, 1 at a time. Archenvy's creatures target the left flank of the player's battle line unless a card effect says otherwise. So this Horde Master is going to fight into the Foozle. So that'll be 3 damage on Foozle. And it looks like 2 damage in return onto the Horde Master. The Horde Imp is going to reap. Because it doesn't have a fight ability. It's going to reap, capture 1. The Shade will also reap. And I do believe that's it. Do your worst, Yo-Yo.
Yeah, something.
It's something.
How about my absolute worst? How about I'll put out a Questor Jarda.
Mm-hmm.
And I will put an Imperial Scutum on the Jarda.
Nice.
Maybe.
What would you, if I may interject a small suggestion, which you can totally ignore, but what would you think about throwing that Jarda on our left flank? The reason being,
I can do that.
The reason being, it might be able to soak up a fight or 2 from my Foozle.
Yes, and that's because the Archenvy's creatures always fight ours left to right unless there's a tactic involved. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Can definitely do that. Second question. You can see that turn didn't look particularly good. Did I have an option to call Brobnar there?
Ooh.
And do Brobnar things?
It says both players share a single battle line, a single amber pool, 3 keys, and control of each other's artifacts. So it seems to me like if you were to control a creature in your battle line of a different house,
I could call that house.
You could call that house. I would say so.
Okay. That might come back to haunt us.
But Derek has told me he wants to watch this, so he'll be able to figure it out, or he'll be able to let me know.
Well, you know what? I think you're spot on. I don't think we need extra clarification because the rules of Keyforge do say that creature is in my battle line. I can call that house. I probably should have just thrown Bingo Bang Bang at that battle line over there. we may regret that, but we'll see. At least Bingle's all the way over on the right. We'll see what Archenvy's next turn looks like,
Next
because
play is
that's
sure.
all I'm gonna do. I got us an amber.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have forgotten just briefly that Archenvy takes a turn in between us. Because I totally have Ember Control in my hand that I could have preemptively played last turn. Whoopsies.
Yeah, and that was. I mean, not only would we clear some of the creatures if
Mm-hmm.
I've thrown Bingle at them, but we would also stop the key
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the pile of skulls.
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and essentially I did nothing.
Ah,
So
it's all
we'll,
you're
we'll see how that we'll see how that goes.
you're protecting the foozle. It's all good. Something. All right. So we'll go ahead and I'm gonna pick up the whole deck. That's what I'm gonna do. There we go. Flip this over. Oh my goodness, 4.
Four's not good.
That 4 is markedly not good. 2, 3. Maybe we should have brought some heat. I was just like, I'm just gonna bring kind of like a random deck. We need to bring some more heat, I think. Okay, another Superior. Ward each friendly creature. Ooh, that's not good. That hurts. I guess that Bingle Bang Bang is not going to be quite as effective. And then players lose 1 Ember for every creature Archenvy has in excess of them. Well, I guess there goes our Ember. And then
Do we have a ward on the guy on the right there?
Oh my goodness, I totally did Superior come in? Yes, it did come in beforehand, so I did not ward it. Correct. Nice. All right, so now we do the attacks. We have 2, well, technically 3 attack creatures out, but only 2 readied. The Horde Master is going to fight into Questor Jarda, hitting the elusive.
I'm elusive.
And then the Superior is going to attack. It will, so it's got Assault 2, which is not enough to kill Questor Jarda, but it will, Questor Jarda will die. Unfortunately, look at Questor Jarda did something, popped that ward. That's a thing. And then we move on. Yeah, so the Questor Jarda is out of there. Oh, you know what we totally forgot to do? Oh man, I can just imagine it. People in the comments, they're livid. They're livid right now. Archenvy forged the key first. Forgive me.
I don't know if they're livid. I think they're feeling it for us right now.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at the board. We're staring down and they're going, yeah, maybe don't forge that key.
Yeah, maybe
It's fine to miss that step.
It's just a little dire. All right, so we get a reap here and a reap here. And let's see what we got here. Go ahead and ready up. All right, I'm going to try and get this a little bit under control. I'm actually going to call Brobnar here. I'm going to play First Blood. Going to give us an Ember. So I have 4 damage that I can deal with here. I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to pop wards with it. 1, 2, 3. The Shade or the Superior? Oh, player keys cost +1. So I'll go for the ones. Oopsies. Come back. Apologies. So yeah, that'll pop the 4 wards. Did I do 4? I did 3, right? Oh, my memory is so terrible.
Yep. Superior was missing 1. The other Superior still has 1.
Okay. So that is first blood. Then we got Bingle Bang Bang, who can fight into the Horde Imp. I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to fight into the Horde Imp. So that means Bingle Bang Bang actually just takes 1 damage. It will kill the Shade. It will be so 5 damage, 3. Yeah, so that's enough to kill the Horde Master as well. Finally get that blood money Ember back. So we got that, and then no damage to the Horde Imp because of the 3 shield. And then Foozle. So I'm inclined to, well, we capture both these. So we'll just split it up for now. I have 2 damage off this Horde Imp shield. I'm sort of inclined to maybe attack instead of Reap with Foozle. But we still don't get to check.
The Reap effect there is kind of brutal.
Yeah, and it will come into play basically immediately, like on its next turn. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to fight. I will take 1 damage on the Foozle. And we'll collect these 2 Ember. The Horde Imp will die. And that's that. I will pass turn. Pass turn over to the baddie, who will play 2 cards. Disadvance.
Reasonable.
Very reasonable. Very, very equitable. Destroy each artifact controlled by players. Not equitable. Not okay. I was using that. And then we have the Inner Saboteur. As a before fight, if players have more than 4 Ember, ward Inner Saboteur. Wow, that's really creative, actually. That's cool. A little voice inside your head. And then the fight ability, Ready Inner Saboteur. Deal 5 damage to a creature in the center of the player's battle line. Whoa. So it could like potentially fight again. So you could like rule of 6 it with fight. If your opponent has 4 Ember or more. If I'm reading that correctly. That seems bad. Bad for us. All right, so Superior is going to fight the Assault 2. Is going to take down a Brave Foozle. And then we have the second Superior, which is going to attack the Assault. It's going to take down my Brave Bingle Bang Bang. And then Shade will just simply Reap. And I do believe that's it. Your turn.
Well then.
Well then.
How about... I will go Untamed.
Ooh, nice. The Rustnar.
Yep. That's a creature. Got the Mimicry in hand. We're gonna search. I think there's only maybe one viable.
Do they all like refer
card.
specifically to?
Yeah, the anti-Archon Revolt unfortunately is not something I could copy because that would just hurt us.
Oh yeah, because it's the players. It says the players.
Yeah. I think maybe the ward each friendly creature is the best I can do.
Hey, works. There's no like Ember on it, right?
No. No, Shroud play, just ward each. unless I needed to destroy our own artifacts.
Hmm.
All right, well, so that was mimicry, so there
Hmm.
it goes. And then I will regrowth.
Ooh.
This an amber, and you'll look at this discard pile. I'm pretty sure that Kirby is going to want to come back. Yes, that is confirmed. Kirby is going to come back in the hand.
Nice. Boom.
Kirby is going to fall on the ground.
Oh dear.
Did he go
Kirby.
into a bag?
I don't know what he's doing.
Okay. All right. And that says that. Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. Okay, so on to our very angry enemy. Another disadvance. So we got 2 of them here. Archenvy forges a key at current cost -1 for each friendly ready demon creature. Did it do it? Oh no. I think it did. Right. So it'd be 6 minus 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, good old key for 3.
Yeah, key for 3. Absolutely savage. Absolutely savage.
It's very brutal.
And let's see. Gonna go ahead and generate an ember. Distractics. All right, so this is our first tactic. Ready each creature Archenvy controls. When Archenvy creatures fight this turn, they target the right flank of the player's battle line. Okay, well, that's not going to be much of a problem. So Superior rather is going to fight, pop the ward with the assault, and then kill and take 2 damage.
I'm sensing that it's difficult to keep a battle line here.
I am sensing that as well. And then looks like we get 3 reaps. 1, 2, 3. And then that's that. All right, so
Get him. Go get him.
I'm gonna do it. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Wait, we have check?
But never mind, they cost 7.
Yeah, they cost
we don't
7.
have check.
And I'm hurting over here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and activate my trap card here. I'm gonna play Sanctum. I'm gonna play out Baron Mengevin. We're going to then play out a bond, the Armorsmith, giving everyone +1 armor. So take that. You can sink your teeth into that Baron real quick. And I will play out Abaid. And then ready up. Capturing 3, drawing 3. And then
We have more than 4 amber. I think we're gonna see the wrath of the inner saboteur here.
we sure are, aren't we? I didn't even generate any amber, did I? No. Well, maybe Archenvy will do something different. Envious Rage. So we got 2 cards here. Start with that. Steal 1 for each demon Archenvy controls. Oh, maybe not.
Yes, we got under the threshold.
Oh my goodness, that's brutal. Satiate. And then we got the Horde Imp coming in hot, grabbing an ember. It has that reap ability we saw earlier. All right, so Superior is going to fight. It's going to going to fight into Baron Menjvin, who will survive by the skin of their teeth, because of, my math is correct, because of a bond. So we have two
That math
assaults.
checks out.
We have 2 assaults plus 5 is 7, and then we have the 1 armor. And it does 6 damage in return, so that will be enough. 1, 2, that's another 3. Yep, so that'll be enough. Look at that, we're killing stuff. Superior has done it. Sadly, the second Superior is gonna say what's up, and also the assault too. We'll just kill the Baron Benjamin.
Good day, Baron.
Yeah, good day. I was maybe hoping for a little bit more, a little more of an effort from you, Baron. All right, I'm struggling with tokens right now.
My favorite part is what a loud noise it makes.
Okay,
it makes a noise like you dropped a VHS cassette onto a linoleum floor.
That's very accurate. All right, so this,
I was a Foley artist in my previous career, so
yeah,
I got it.
All right, so the inner saboteur is going to fight. And it will ready itself. Right, players have more than 4 ember, so it's not going to get warded. It's going to take 1 damage. Fortunately, I got some damage tokens still sitting out here. Bond is going to die, and then it's going to ready and deal 5 damage to Abaid.
Wait, how did a bond die? Did a bond already have damage?
No, but it deals.
The saboteur only deals 2.
No, so it fought the a bond. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
You're right. Okay, my bad. Thank you. So a bond doesn't die. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. A bond survives that.
A bond, not Abaid. They're very similar. So a bond will take 2 damage.
And then the ability doesn't resolve because there's no
correct
creature in the center, thankfully.
Now the question is, does it fight again? Or actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it is meant to, now it can reap, if that makes sense. Let me read it says,
yeah.
Archenvy attacks with each ready attack creature from left to right, 1 at a time. Archenvy's creatures target the left flank. So it does it 1 at a time. How do you read that?
I read it as you probably go back through and reap now.
Okay. So then there'll be 2 reaps, 1 from Shade and 1 from the inner saboteur. And then that's it. Currently, Archenvy is sitting at check 7 on final key. We are currently sitting at, let me just do some math here really quick. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we got 3. We have 3 ember.
Well, I got a nice little Star Alliance turn, but there's no amber control involved with it. So I think we shake the dis hand. we say GG.
Oh man.
Well played.
All right. So here's the question. You up for one more?
I think I'm up for one more.
I think I'm going to switch decks. I don't know about you.
Yeah. My initial take is that it seems difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you wanted to decrease the difficulty, and we didn't get all the way through the deck, so I can't guarantee this all the way through the adventure deck, but if you wanted to decrease the difficulty, you might pick 2 decks that share a house. If you wanted to decrease it even more, you might pick decks that perhaps share 2 houses, and if you wanted to play it on a totally easy casual mode, you might pick 2 decks that just totally share houses.
So what you're saying is we just played it on hard mode, hardcore
I think
mode.
maybe yeah, and well, I mean, quality of deck matters as well, for sure. And I think I personally just grabbed a random deck, but there's another way you could tweak it a little bit. It seems very much like reaping won't get you very far.
Yeah.
Unless their board is empty. Like if the Archenvy's board is not empty, you better do some clearing as much as you can, because with some of those effects, like steal 1 for every demon, that's pretty nasty.
Oh yeah, and like forge a key, minus for each demon. Yeah, it's pretty potent stuff. Hey there, it is I, Future Mort, and I have returned as promised. If you are interested in learning how to play on Tabletop Simulator, this particular adventure, stick around. And if you're not interested in that, then don't worry. Don't worry. There should be 2 more gameplay episodes that should already be released or will be released imminently. So you feel free to hop on over to those and enjoy that. But real quick, it's not going to be anything too special. You do need to have Tabletop Simulator, which you can purchase on Steam. And in particular, once you get Tabletop Simulator installed, you'll go to your library, select Tabletop Simulator, and hop on over to the workshop here. You don't necessarily have to do this. There will be links to the relevant items in the video description below that you can check out. But if you search for Locksmelt, actually 2 things should show up right now. You got Locksmelt by Sky Jedi. If you play on Tabletop Simulator, play Keyforge on Tabletop Simulator, then this will be familiar to you. If you don't have this, you'll need to install. This is the actual mod that you can play Keyforge with. And then the other one is going to be this Keyforge Community Adventures. So if you click Locksmelt, you'll come here. It won't show you as subscribed, but basically, if you subscribe to the mod, it will download it. But you will also need to go to this Keyforge Community Adventures, which is a mod that I put together. The idea with this is if more people come up with adventures, like community members come up with adventures, I'm planning to add them to this mod if folks will, if the creators will allow me to do that. But currently it is just Archenvy by Ostrom Taleka. So you'll go ahead and subscribe to both of those, get those downloaded. You'll hop on over to Tabletop Simulator and then launch it. You get the just absolutely lovely, earth-shattering startup noise of Tabletop Simulator. I don't know why that is so loud. I think you can turn it down. But from there, what you'll do is you'll create a game, presumably multiplayer if you're playing with a friend. We'll just do a single player for right now. And you're going to go to the workshop. And actually, so this is going to be a little bit confusing, maybe not confusing, but it's just like you might think that you just launch right into the Keyforge Community Adventures workshop item. You're not going to do that. You're actually going to load up a Locksmelt game. So you can click that, hit load. And I should probably clarify at this point, you'll note that this looks different than how I presented it for the video. I don't actually have the intent to actually build a Keyforge mod because Sky Jedi has done some absolute knockout work with this. So you'll have to probably get a little bit creative with how you use this. But I didn't really think it was worth reinventing the wheel there. Anyways, so you got this. Per usual, you can come on over here, generate your decks. If you're generating a mass mutation deck, once you've generated the deck, you'll have to click the decals, and then you can basically click these and put them on specific cards. I mean, they're basically just stickers. So you'll pull the cards out and do that if you're using a mass mutation deck. Just a small tidbit there, and most importantly, I suppose, for the or most relevant to this particular video, what you'll then do is you'll click this games button, and at this point you'll go to workshop, and you'll see this community adventures. You're actually not going to click it. You're going to click the options button, and then you're going to expand. So what that will show you then is just this bag called Archenvy scenario or Archenvy. To be honest, I think I said it wrong probably a million times in the video, but I can't go back and do that now. Can't go back and fix it. So you'll just go ahead and drag that out here. And then all you really have to do is pull stuff out. So you're going to have the rule book right here. You're going to have the Archenvy anti-Archon deck. And then you're going to have the Archenvy turn deck, as noted by the turn deck thing on the back. You'll also have this artifacts bag, which should have, well, yeah, there you go. It's got two. It's got a stack of artifacts, which, again, will need, they don't get shuffled into the deck. That's why they're held separately here, so you can use that once you've forged keys. And then outside of that, just normal stuff from the mod. If you are unfamiliar, just real quick, all your items are down here, so you can pull these down, and you got your emeralds and damage icons and stuff like that. And then there's another bag over here as well. If you need to, you can control copy and paste some of these elements. So if you need, like, I don't know what you need. You should only need 2 sets of keys with this particular mod, but maybe if you're watching this video and there are more scenarios out already in the mod, then there might be a scenario where you need more keys or something like that. But yeah, that's that. This is gonna be the end of the video. Thanks so much for sticking through it. Feel free to bug me on Discord or Twitter if you have any questions about this. Or I suppose you can comment below as well, and I can try and get back to you if you have any issues with that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.